introduce the finalists in the Nonprofit and Social Enterprise category are Mark Talon from Fillmore Riley and Nigel Mohammed from Assiniboine Credit Union, the award sponsor.
Good evening. Just before we get back into the dishes here, I just want to say, Mark, what a beautiful evening this is. I have the opportunity of dining this evening with some of my colleagues from the Assiniboine Credit Union, as well as some guests from the Immigrant Center of Manitoba. And I just found out that the Immigrant Center, they're celebrating 70 years this year of service to our community, which, yeah, I think that's tremendous. And I'll just take a guess, but looking across this room, I would say at least 99% of us are definitely immigrants to this province, to this country. There's 1% that isn't, and I will leave it to you to seek out that 1% in the room tonight. But it's so exciting to be here this evening. With the Assiniboine Credit Union, we're celebrating 75 years of service to the community, so that's a milestone that we're very proud of as well. We're so happy to be here this evening. I think the Chamber of Commerce recognizes the importance of community. You know, Mark, I think there's a misconception out there that the Chamber is just about business and the Chamber is just about private sector. I am so excited and happy that our Winnipeg Chamber recognizes that the Chamber is really about community. And when we look around this room this evening, we see our community, the diversity, the inclusion, the breadth of what makes us this beautiful city of Winnipeg. So we're so happy to be here as a Assiniboine Credit Union to be able to support this award for nonprofits and social enterprise. As a values-based financial cooperative, ACU is committed to a triple bottom line approach, meaning that we make all of our decisions based on people, prosperity, as well as profits. So for that reason, we are so very proud of all of the nominees that's going to be listed here this evening for the category that we're so happy to be supporting, which is the Nonprofit and Social Enterprise Award.
In a city like Winnipeg, where everyone knows everyone, you will likely find that you personally have a connection to tonight's finalists. They are there for us in some of our lowest, most challenging moments with strength, support, and the promise that things can get better.
Nonprofit and Social Enterprise, sponsored by Assiniboine Credit Union.
There's a simple philosophy that guides Main Street Project's actions: housing first. Since 1972, they've served our most vulnerable neighbors, declaring that a long-term addiction or mental health issue is no reason a human being shouldn't get shelter. As vital as their low-barrier shelter and van patrol programs are, and they literally save lives by bringing people in from the cold, their scope is much bigger. Their short and long-term transitional housing programs, along with wraparound supports, have a proven track record of helping chronically homeless people transition permanently from the streets. Their community advocacy for Winnipeggers dealing with homelessness and addiction is helping erase stigma that stops our community from compassionately addressing a pressing problem. They hope to help people understand that each of us has a role to play in supporting our city's most vulnerable. No act of kindness is too small. It all matters. Imagine going through treatment for a critical illness away from your family and friends. Maybe you're hundreds or thousands of kilometers from your home. Beyond your illness, you're paying the price for living expenses and emotional isolation. This is what faces rural and remote Manitobans who come to Winnipeg for treatment, and what A Port in the Storm cures. Providing steeply subsidized apartments in downtown Winnipeg, A Port in the Storm keeps families together while adults receive life-saving care. Founded by 2 oncology nurses, it's a home and community for people in their most vulnerable moments. A family once told staff that A Port in the Storm was the difference between life and death. They had considered not pursuing treatment because of the financial burden of illness. That's one story of the hundreds and hundreds that have come through a port in the storm for care and comfort. There are a few moments in existence more mysterious, more full of questions and tears and need than death, than when we all inevitably part. Because of JOCELYN House Hospice, we don't have to face it alone. The 4-bed residential hospice in Old St. Vital holds guests and families in their care, serving their physical, emotional, spiritual, and social needs. They help people live fully after a terminal diagnosis until they die. And they let families and friends shed their duty as caregivers to spend time with their loved ones, reminiscing, sharing meaningful conversations, and enjoying one another's company. Despite existing as a non-profit in a death-denying society, JOCELYN House Hospice has answered our questions and fears about the dying process for over 3 decades. The support and cherished moments they create are what make life worth living.
And the recipient of the Nonprofit and Social Enterprise Award is A Port in the Storm.
Accepting the award on behalf of A Port in the Storm is Lawrence Traub, board member.
Hi, everybody. They told me there's a time limit how much I could talk. So, A Port in the Storm provides a place for people who live in rural Manitoba to come into Winnipeg and have a safe, clean, and affordable place to stay for their treatments. I myself, when I lived in rural Manitoba, spent 14 months at A Port in the Storm for my treatments. And if A Port in the Storm wasn't there, I couldn't afford to get my treatments completed. So for me, it was a fantastic experience staying at A Port in the Storm. And second, I'm now volunteering. I live in Winnipeg now, and A Port in the Storm is full of volunteers from Winnipeg, and people live in Winnipeg to support rural Manitoba. So I always say this at a lot of the presentations I'm on, is every dollar you donate, I get to live in an extra day. So thank you, everybody, and this has been great. Thanks.